Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 27th episode of second season of Coffee with Ashish. And today we have got a very special guest with us, Jinyan, who is the Global Strategic Partnerships Head at Rakuten Travel Exchange, joining us all the way from Turkey. Rakuten, as most of you know, has got deep roots in Asia with dominance in Japan. The Travel Exchange is the hotel, wholesale, and travel technology division within the Rakuten Group, which supplies global inventory and directly negotiated rates of Rakuten Travel and Rakuten Life Will Stay. It also combines its vast network of partnerships with hotel chains, OTAs, wholesalers, channel managers around the world with long-standing contracts from the Rakuten Group company. Jinyan was previously regional director APAC at Hotels Pro and also country manager there at China. She is a goal-oriented and dedicated professional with managerial expertise in regional new business development. She's also got a reputed track record of strong analytical skills and business opportunity assessment. She's also a go-getter, hardworking, disciplined. She's equipped with working knowledge and experience in Asia Pac region specifically, inclusive of sales development and marketing operations in cross-cultural environments. With this, a very warm welcome to you, Jinyan Lee, on Coffee with Ashish. It's an honor to have you with us, and I'm going to request Ashish to have a conversation with you while I also join you and enjoy my coffee.
Welcome, Jinyan, and I hope you enjoy this coffee.
Yes, thank you very much for the invitation today, Ashish and Kartik. It was an honor to join this coffee break with you to talk about the travel industry and the recovery of the COVID-19.
Yeah, I think you must, this must be our 77th, if I'm not mistaken, episode of Coffee with Ashish. And the first with any company connected with Japan and obviously as big as Rakuten. So it's always a great pleasure to have a travel giant from Japan join us. So while I welcome you, let's talk about the Rakuten Group. I think our viewers would probably like to know what is Rakuten all about and what is Rakuten Travel all about. And of course, indeed, the relationship between Rakuten Travel and Rakuten Exchange. So let's set the context in its perspective.
Sure. Do let me to give a brief introduction about Rakuten and also Rakuten Travel Exchange. So Rakuten operating in 70 plus business in more than 30 countries and 30 regions. We are a global company with deep roots in Asia and dominance in Japan. We cover various services, including e-commerce, travel, credit card, bank, and also insurance, but as well as the official partnership with FC Barcelona and also the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
This has allowed us to create an ecosystem, a huge ecosystem with more than 1.4 billion Rakuten memberships. And Rakuten generates approximately 115 billion USD dollars in transaction volume per year. So when it comes to Rakuten Travel Exchange is the B2B side of the business, where we act as the global wholesaler and also the technical platform within the group. We handle the business of Rakuten's direct inventory from Rakuten Travel and also Rakuten Live or Stay, including the third-party inventory as well. Rakuten Travel Exchange also provides the internal connectivities for supply to the group of Rakuten Group. And when it comes to Rakuten Travel is the B2C side of our business, which is also the largest online travel agency in Japan.
Right, that's very interesting. And we're talking about online travel for a minute. And obviously during the COVID times, we've seen the usage and penetration of internet having increased. So one word about how Japan fares in the internet part of penetration during the COVID time. And then I'd like to get back is that, why do you have the word exchange built around Rakuten? So tell me more about the internet penetration in Japan.
Exactly. The fuller background of the word exchange is that we actually value a lot when it comes to trading. We value a lot about sharing and also trading. We believe in trade, which actually provides better openness and also better inclusiveness. So travel is actually a very ideal way to express this philosophy. And also it's a better way to clear the barriers when it comes to the way of sharing the experience, culture, and also ideas. So when we talk about competition, we always mention about we buy from each other and we sell from each other.
Right.
Which means while Rakuten Travel Exchange, we might be seen as competitor in the travel industry, we also work and cooperate with other companies for mutual benefits and mutual gains. An easy example is that we have deep roots in Asia and dominance in Japan. We cannot reach every customer in the world while we have direct supply in Japan. So we might work with another company that has clients that we cannot or we don't want to reach out individually. So by working together, we are both benefited from each other. So that's the main idea of exchange in our name.
Yeah, talking about inventory, I think there's a lot of look forward to during the Olympics in Japan soon. Would
exactly.
What kind of inventory, by the way, would Rakuten be holding for the Olympics? Would you have any idea?
Yes, actually, we've been really looking for these Olympic Games this year. However, with the third wave, we are not sure this Olympic Game will be on time or not. However, let me tell you more about our inventory. So I would like to use 3 taglines for our inventory, which is global mindset, deep roots in Japan, and also deep roots in Asia and Japan dominance. So we have 700 global inventory from more than 200 countries, allowing us to provide a global supply to our customers while personalizing their portfolio according to their needs. In addition to the global inventory with the deep root in Asia, and of course, with our dominance in Japan, we have 20,000 direct inventory in Japan from our Rakuten Travel and Rakuten Live Stay.
Right.
And apart from that, around 6,000 to 7,000 are actually exclusively distributed by us only.
Those are big numbers.
Yes,
while I talk to you about what differentiates Rakuten Travel Exchange from others, how about India? Is India a growing market for Rakuten in terms of penetration?
Definitely.
You do
We've
believe?
been growing. Yes, we do believe India is one of the biggest market for us. Actually, starting from last year, since the establishment of Rakuten Travel Exchange, we've been focusing a lot in the India market and try to get to know the market, try to get to know the global trend there. And we are working on it. And we are already connected with some major clients in India, and we are really happy about it. So once the travel comes back, we'll be very happy to see a significant growth in the Indian market for us.
Right. So a word on that is that what distinguishes Rakuten Travel Exchange from the other suppliers or inventory managers? What would be the key points for you?
Yes, yeah. Except for the Japan inventory that I've just mentioned about, I believe that the business model that we created is also quite unique in the industry. We have a business model of switch and also wholesale model. I believe we are one of the only players in the industry that does this. Normally, generally, none of the switch above offer wholesale inventory of their own, and none of the wholesalers or aggregators offer as a switch model. I believe that's one of the points, the special unique point of us. The other part is that in terms of technology, we actually offer customized website solutions that only technology players they offer, which I believe is also a unique point of us.
Right. So what you're saying is suppliers that you would customize their offering to the end customer by what you would offer at the back end, right?
Yes.
Right. So coming back to the COVID times, so what's been the impact of travel you felt across during the COVID, and how has it impacted your own business, and of course how has it impacted the client's business? What would be your take on that?
Yes. Actually, COVID-19 has prevented all travel except for those has deemed as essential currently. What we see is that as a result, the travel industry is suffering from great loss. While what we see is that in some major travel companies, they had to have laid off for some of their workforces as a result of that. However, in some major countries, like such as I would say Japan, China, and US, domestic is coming back. We see the domestic is coming back right now. And you know, our main hope, actually, in our point of view, our main hope for recovery is to right now to increase the number of our clients. So once the travel comes back, our customers will be able to travel again once the restriction is lifted. And you know, when it comes to our partners, and in doing so, you know, to increase the number of customers, in doing so, we have to at the same time be very cautious about the potential risk, as some of our clients may be having issues related with finance and to human resources, which create financial risk for us, and also, of course, delay the hotel integration API as well.
Right. So yeah, that's a cause of concern across. But when you talk about domestic travel being revived across countries, do you see the same trends in India? And do you actually hold inventory for accommodation in India for use, or is it only global inventory for India?
We actually only have global inventory for India at this moment. However, right, we do see a strong growth in the India market as well. I mean, the domestic travel wise as well.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are your expectations in the next 6 to 12 months in relation to travel trends globally and in India?
Yeah, I think, yes, I think the industry consensus right now is following the lines of you know, like of domestic travel will recover first, and then when the other countries started to begin to lift lockdowns and other restrictions, so we will still continue to see a very strong growth on the domestic travel. However, for the outbound, it may not be significantly recover until the vaccination is widely available in each country. And the business travel will likely recover first as well, and following with the millennium segment of leisure travel. That's how I see. And it is also kind of interesting that we see the vacation rentals like inventories, like properties like Airbnb. Yes. They might also face a certain boom as well, because considering that like the vacation rental itself, it lends more likely to the ideas of social distancing. That's what we call right now. Yes, and then rather than the hotel, it might be there might be a large volume of guests near each other. A very interesting idea is that we also think about this, whether the vacation rental boom is related with quarantine rules entering the country or not at this moment. The alternative view of mine is that the hotels will benefit, as the hotel has standardized cleaning protocol, for example, and the sanitation actually comes first. It comes as more important than the rest at this moment. And yeah, that's how we see. I think both, you know, when it starts to, for the following 6 to 12 months, I believe that it will start slowly recover for every segment.
Right. I want to just sort of deep dive or know a bit more about the Japan market. What are the countries typically Japanese visit for holidays? What would be the top 5 destinations out of Japan?
For the Japan traveler, actually outbound, the first destination for outbound, yes. Actually, for inbound, yes, is Japan, of course, because Japanese, they also travel a lot within Japan. For outbound, I would say coming with Thailand as the closest Southeast Asia destination, and also US, Korea. For right now, that's what we see. But for the past 6 months, I would say that domestic travel is the number one for the Japanese tourists.
And you said East Japan, people do travel to East Japan a lot within the country, is it? What would be the destination? What would be the destinations in Japan where people talk? Could you tell us something more on the destinations in Japan?
Yeah, sure. I believe that for Japanese, it will be like some include for the destinations, which is famous for the spring water, which is focused more in the Osaka area, Kyoto area, in those areas, which are the top destinations for Japanese.
Right, right. That's wonderful and good to know. As we move on, is there a message you would like to give to the Indian audience and your audience as to what to do ahead in terms of travel? Of course, you're given the trends for the next 6-12 months, but what should they be doing? I take it there is still hope in the travel business, because a lot of people are feel is that, that sinking feeling. So
Yes.
what would you say?
I believe travel will definitely coming back. We have great hopes, and as the whole industry, we have great hopes that once the vaccinations started to be widely available, travel will have a boom, just like what we were experiencing in 2013 with the SARS. By then, it was only only spreading around the Asia area. However, this time it's globally. But we have great hope that it will recover at least by the end of the year. So what we actually do right now is that we save our energy. We work closely with our clients for the optimization, for the integration and everything. So once travel recovers, we will be growing together.
Right, right. That's good to know, and that's a very positive message. Jinyan, I thank you for being here today with us. It's been a pleasure
Thank you
talking
very
to
much.
you. And I hope the audience get a lot of insight into what Rakuten Exchange plans to do. It's not a name which is familiar in the B2C audience as far as India is concerned, but maybe we'll see a B2C brand also of Rakuten in India going
Thank
forward.
you. Appreciate it.
And over to Karthik. Karthik, you might have something. By the way, Karthik, I do believe that Rakuten also has a development center in Bangalore in India, because they do some development there. So it's a country which they work very closely with. So over to you, Karthik.
Right. Thanks. Lovely to hear the conversation, Jinyan, and I'm so happy to see your positive attitude that travel is going to bounce back. So we're all very excited and happy to hear that. Thank you so much for joining in today. Thanks, Ashish, as always. Thank you, our audience, for joining in. We'll see you all next week with our 28th episode. Till then, stay safe, and hopefully travel will be back. We're all in this together. Thank you so much once again, Jinyan. Have a great week.
So much.
Jinyan,
Thank you
we
so much, Ashish.
hope to see you personally sometime. And of course, we hope to see the Rakuten grip more in India. And good luck.
Exactly. It would be my honor to meet you all.
Yes. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.